Sierra has been publishing the popular Police Quest series of games since the late 1980s. Now, former Los Angeles Police Chief Daryl Gates is on board for the second time with the fifth release in the series, Daryl Gates' Police Quest SWAT. This police quest will allow the player to experience the training, tactics, and weapons used by the elite Platoon D of the Los Angeles Police Department. SWAT stands for Special Weapons and Tactics. SWAT teams are made up of elite policemen who handle situations that regular police training doesn't cover.
The idea came out of 1965 riots and Watts, and we had a lot of sniper fire at the time, and our response, the police response, was very poor. I was a field commander at the time, and I was forever saying, hold your fire, and I realized that there was a lack of discipline in reacting to sniper fire.
Police Quest SWAT is a departure from previous installments. This upcoming title is more of a tactical simulation, placing the player in the role of a SWAT team member rather than being an adventure game like the earlier titles. Instead of searching for clues and solving a crime, the player must use tactics and strategy to solve the situation. Sierra wants to make this as accurate as possible, so advanced video capture techniques have been used to incorporate live actors and actual SWAT training facilities into the game. Also, 180 real-life photos have been used to provide the environments that the player will be entering. During the filming, actual SWAT members were present to ensure that everything was as authentic as possible. All of the weapons and basic tactics are here to use in Police Quest SWAT, including things like the MP5 gun, CS gas, flashbangs, communications gear, and more. The player will even have to learn to understand and use hand signals for silent assaults. Learning to use the correct weapons at the right time are a key part of SWAT, since these aren't military operations where you have to kill everyone.
In a police operation, you're trying to keep the peace, you're trying to keep everybody alive, including yourself, and that's the whole objective of SWAT, is to do this in a way that police come out alive, and hostages come out alive, and the suspect comes out alive.
Through each mission, the player will be assuming different roles on the SWAT team. In some missions, they may be covering other members of the team, while in other missions, they may be placed as a sniper. When first starting out, the player is just a trainee and will have to follow orders. But as more missions are successfully accomplished, the player will rise in status and eventually be leading his own team. One of the problems faced when designing this game was giving away all of the secrets of the actual SWAT teams. Members of the actual teams didn't want this game to show potential criminals everything that a SWAT team will do. So there was a balance struck which will allow the player to experience basic SWAT procedures without disclosing any important information. Police Quest SWAT is hoping to build upon the previous success of the Police Quest series, while at the same time offering something new. The adventure element will still remain in the form of the player having a career and advancing through the force, but mostly Police Quest SWAT will be a tactical simulation with a behind-the-scenes look at SWAT teams, and with the design and input of Gates, who helped form the first SWAT team in the nation in Los Angeles in the late 60s. This Police Quest hopes to give the player the most realistic simulation possible.